Alright guys, it is time. I'm making this video early in the week because it is Dallas Hate Week 2 for 2018 and I want to bring up this game. So, as we all know as Eagles fans, the Dallas Cowboys are probably one of the most hated teams in the NFL. Every time we have a matchup with them, it's intense, it's passionate. Both fan bases bring the heat. I will give respect to Dallas fans in that regard. It's probably the greatest sports rivalry in history, in my opinion. The Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles have always had a bitter rivalry. It's just pure hatred. The fan bases hate each other. The players hate each other. It's just the way it is, you know? The Eagles can't stand that Dallas is America's team, and Dallas can't stand the Eagles fans or the way the Eagles fans are, I guess. Negative, whatever. Regardless, it's a great matchup. And what better way to have a matchup like this than in 2018 when the playoffs are on the line, guys. The Cowboys are 7-5 after winning, I think they've won like 4 or 5 straight. I might be mistaken on that. I know it started with the Eagles like a month ago. I think it's 4 straight. So, they're on a win streak, guys. The Dallas Cowboys, 7-5, you know. But the Eagles just beat the Redskins last night to go to 6-6. And if the Eagles beat Dallas, that would put the Dallas Cowboys at 7-6 and the Eagles at 7-5. Meaning, 7-6. Meaning, technically, the Eagles would be the leader of the division. So the Eagles know what it's going to take, or what they have to do to win this game, what the stakes are. But at the same time, the Cowboys are looking to knock off the defending Super Bowl champs and possibly go to the playoffs themselves. So this is going to be an insane game, guys. This is going to be an intense game. Honestly, I live for games like this, you know. I've been really down on the Eagles this year, and I'm still concerned with what they're going to do on Sunday, but regardless, the Eagles have put themselves in this position, by letting the Cowboys beat them a month ago in Philadelphia. And it's just poetic that it would come down to this yet again. I thought that it was going to be Week 17 that was going to matter for the Eagles this year because of the way the Redskins were going, but the Redskins have pulled a complete 180, and they have pretty much lost any chance they have of getting to the playoffs with the injury of Alex Smith. And it's looking like that Kirk Cousins trade has come back to haunt them in a big way. At the same time, the Dallas Cowboys trade for Amari Cooper that was laughed at, me, myself included, laughed at that, has actually turned out to be fantastic for them. Amari Cooper is proving that, you know, he's young, he's capable, and he could be the next Dez Bryant for the Dallas Cowboys, being a legitimate threat in the NFC East for years to come. So I have to give respect to Dallas for that. They went out and they got this guy, and everyone laughed at them, and it's looked like it's working out for them. At the same time, though, the Eagles trading Golden Tate is starting to work out, it looks like, because he had a huge game against the Washington Redskins last night. He had over 80 yards and a touchdown, which was great to see. Carson Wentz finally getting him going. He even had a great catch and run, showing the yak monster that we all thought he was, basically just breaking a tackle and getting some yards. So, all in all, it's just great. This game is going to be great, guys, because the Dallas Cowboys have kind of come into their own, and the Eagles have come into their own. And so now I'm just going to get into what I expect to see out of this game. For one, Carson Wentz has got to clean up the mistakes. If he has any chance of beating this Dallas Cowboys defense, he has got to come out and have literally the best game of the season on Sunday, December 9th. Because if he doesn't, guys, they will most surely lose this game. Something that was really concerning about me with the Redskins game last night was just how many mistakes the team was making and still staying in the game somehow, which led me to the only conclusion I could think of is that the Redskins were just so bad that night that the Eagles were allowed to work through the kinks, and it didn't really cost them much. I mean, Carson Wentz had that interception in the end zone. Doug Peterson called that 4th down play that basically did nothing. You know, all these mistakes need to be cleaned up. Because this will not fly in Dallas when we play them in Jerry World. The Eagles have had historically better luck in Dallas than in Philadelphia, believe it or not, against the Cowboys. But still, this is a team that is not to be disrespected right now. You got to go in there and you got to know what you're getting. There's going to be a defense that's going to be after Wentz all freaking day. We need to keep running the ball with Josh Adams, too. That's another key. I think the Eagles have finally figured out what we all have been saying as Eagles fans all year long. Run the freaking ball, Doug. You have Josh Adams, you have Corey Clement, and now you have the return of Darren Sproles. So you need to run the ball as much as possible. Use Josh Adams to power the ball through, and use Darren Sproles on the creative screen passes, whatever you do with him. But it is absolutely vital that you run the ball, or you will not win against this Dallas team. Carson Wentz can only do so much, as we have seen. Another big key is to get Alshon Jeffrey and Golden Tate going early. Get them going on the outside routes to open up for Zach Ertz. We all know that's Carson Wentz's favorite target is Zach Ertz. And the Cowboys know this. So this is why I'm saying get other guys involved. Get Golden Tate involved. You know, his presence alone on the field already warrants double coverage in most situations. Same with Alshon Jeffrey. So that right there should give you enough momentum to get these other players going. And go to Zach Ertz when you need to. But, you know, you also have Dallas Goedert. You have Nelson Aguilar as well. So get these guys going. Get the offense going as a whole. And then the third key on offense, the line needs to step up. Carson Wentz is going to need all the time he can get when he does throw, which is going to happen. We're probably going to have some third and longs. We might even have a fourth that we go for it. But regardless, the O-line has to step up. And they did have a career game, or sorry, not a career game, a season-best game against Washington just yesterday. Jason Kelce had one of the best games I've seen from him in a while, minus a holding penalty. But other than that, Jason Kelce had a fantastic game. Now, Jason Peters might be out. He did get injured, and he looked pretty mad yesterday, signifying it could be something serious. But as a whole, the line just needs to step up more. Moving on to defense. This is where the Eagles can really shine, because in my opinion, the Dak Prescott-Carson Wentz argument is still null and void. Dak Prescott is not as good as Carson Wentz, and it can easily show on Sunday if the front seven gets after him. They need to consistently get in his face and cause pressure, because when you force Dak Prescott to be Dak Prescott, that's when he makes mistakes. If you can shut down Ezekiel Elliott early, make a statement early, and then also get in Dak Prescott's face, this can easily be a win for the Philadelphia Eagles, because that really is the key to beating Dallas. If you look at what Dallas did against the Saints were not doing that. The Saints' defense was terrible against them, and then the Cowboys basically just took the run away from the Saints and forced Drew Brees to throw, and he lost. This is what I'm saying about the quarterbacks in this league. When I hear all the Carson Wentz down-talking, saying that Carson Wentz is a scrub, he's not as good as we thought. Any quarterback can be bad if you take away the run game. The run game is absolutely critical in football. I'm surprised, honestly, that most teams don't figure this out. The Dallas Cowboys have figured this out. That is why they are so deadly. They have Ezekiel Elliott, one of the best running backs in the league. I would say probably as good as Saquon Barkley. You know, it's that kind of level. These are the new power backs in the league. So you cannot take that for granted. You cannot disrespect the fact that Dallas can and will run all over you if you let them. So the front seven really needs to step up. Chris Long, Timmy Jernigan, Fletcher Cox. They all need to have just fantastic games. Brandon Graham, you know, Michael Bennett. We have the talent. Can they execute? Another key is the secondary. Our secondary is completely banged up right now. The good news is the Dallas Cowboys have Dak Prescott. So if you force him to throw long, there is a chance you can stop them. But the key here is to stop Amari Cooper, because he is now one of the deep threats. Between him and Cole Beasley, you need to really shut those guys down. Otherwise, they are going to have a field day against this secondary. The Eagles secondary is atrociously bad right now, and I don't think people really understand how bad it is. There is a lot of young talent there, you know, developing talent, and who knows, maybe Jalen Mills and company will finally be back. But with the loss of Roddy McLeod, this secondary has really looked suspect, really having only Malcolm Jenkins as a veteran presence back there right now. Sidney Jones has shown that he cannot tackle very well. You know, Ronald Darby's also another one that's out. So we've got Crayvon LeBlanc, you know, Devontae Bowsby. These are household names, guys. Sidney Jones, you know, Avonte Maddox. He's actually a big surprise. I'm not even sure if he's playing, though. He might be injured as well. So Jim Schwartz just really needs to buckle this one down, you know. Do not play the way you are playing. You need to take some chances here, but also you need to play a little bit less zone and, you know, play more man. You know, get physical with this Cowboys offense. And that really is the keys to victory, I think, in this game. I think if the Eagles can do that, which I do think they're capable of, the question is, will they execute? You know, come up with a good game plan and execute it. That's really all it takes. Doug Peterson needs to have another hotel meeting with these guys, because it seems like every time he does this, good things happen. He did this right before the Giants game 2 weeks ago, and now the Eagles, for the first time in 2018, have won 2 straight. Can they make it 3 straight and secure a playoff win? That is the question here. And it's going to be an exciting time, guys. To all the Dallas fans out there, you know, it is Dallas hate week. But I'm not going to get too nasty with you guys this week, because both teams are going to be at each other's throats. This is a playoff atmosphere game. This is one and done's territory, really. You know, this is the true playoffs right here. I know I've been saying that for the past 2 weeks now, but this game, I even said it. I said if the Eagles can survive to Dallas winning out and have a chance, this is going to be the game that is going to be the most intense one. And, you know, the Saints couldn't help us out, so the Eagles got to take care of business themselves now. If the Saints had beat the Cowboys, we'd be in a much different situation right now. You know, the Cowboys would be the Cowboys would be at 6-5 right now as well. So this would have been a much different game, but, you know, as it stands, this is a classic NFC East battle, and I can't wait to watch it, guys. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, Cowboys fans, Eagles fans, whatever fans, you know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this game. If you're new to the channel as well, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button, as I will be covering the Eagles, the NFC East, and the NFL as a whole this season going forward. Win or lose, I bleed green, but I will also cover the other teams no matter what happens with the Eagles. And to all my returning viewers, thank you so much for watching as well. You guys are awesome. I'm almost to 400 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I can't believe there's that many people that watch my channel. Just absolutely insane, guys. You are the best. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. But as always, this has been Jigsaw0097, and I will talk to you all later. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Dallas hate week. Let's go and get this W in Jerry World.